Okay, so setup wise, one little change we're going to make is say the lead arm and the club need to be more in line. So you're pushing the handle forward. From a checkpoint perspective, you're going to be looking down. If the back of your hand goes onto your shoe, then you're in the better position, okay? You tend to want to lean the handle back behind the golf ball to try to get it up in the air, I think. Problem is, if the handle goes back by your right leg when you're at the golf ball, the ball goes left, you're at the ground behind the ball, either hit the ground heavy in the winter time now, it's no good to anyone, or you just top it and just scuttle on the ground, okay? So in terms of the movement, and as we showed you that sort of practice with the club across your shoulders there, I would just get doing that repeatedly over and over again to the point where it becomes natural. The biggest issues, I think, in terms of your setup or in terms of swing and trying to achieve that movement is this hip needs to move, this shoulder needs to move, and this knee needs to move. I think you get quite stiff trying not to move, and you just go, I can't go anywhere. And then, of course, the arms have to do the other stuff, and then the elbow comes back into play, all right? So previously, as I said, the elbow folding was great, but you moved off the golf ball there. Your head's almost fully at that circle completely, okay? This right-hand one, did you stay fully in the circle? No. Did you move less to the right? Yes. Okay, so we look at the backswing here now. That was your full swing before. This one here now. It's only that last bit here we started moving out there, okay? So we're more over the golf ball there with our feet. The backswing, you can see you're looking a little bit more over the ball, okay? The club hasn't gone back so far because you've turned here. You haven't kind of gone and swayed off the ball quite so much. So at least getting back to the golf ball now, it's a little bit easier. Your hands, you can see a bit more on top of the golf ball. Again, in this case, a reasonable strike, and then through to a decent finish position there up on your left side. The main thing, as I say, when you make this movement going back, when you try not to move your head, the way you do that is go, right, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to say statue still. I lock my leg out. You lock everything here, and then the only way the golf club can move now is if the elbow does this. That's the only way it can work. So as much as I'd rather, I suppose, if I was going to take the two of those things, I'd rather you sway and have a better elbow movement, because long term that would be a better movement for you to practice, and then you have to just have a lot of lateral movement. Tough to be consistent, that's the only problem, compared to being completely locked, which will lose power. Your elbow doing this, which is going to make it almost impossible to strike the golf ball. So if you're going to go one way, a little bit of sway is preferred if it gets a better elbow, but over time practicing that movement where this shoulder just feels it's going up, you see, yeah? Getting back behind you, almost like you're just letting this and feel loose with it, yeah? Feel like your leg can move back and forth. If you stiffen up your legs here and then you can't move, if that can't go anywhere, then you start doing this, and that's the reason why. So the movements you're making, okay, were not elbow related initially. No. However, the fix of trying to stay more over the ball, we saw a couple of your swings go into the elbow position, and then you, exactly,
I felt it, so I know.
Exactly. So, as I say, statically set up, just make sure you get that lowercase y. Give yourself that left arm over the top and get yourself more into that sort of position we showed you there, okay? And then in terms of the swing, I would just practice at home. So if you're not sure, film it, take us videos, or take a picture and stuff and watch it and see where you're going, or send it across. You just do it by doing it correctly. I think you'll look at yourself and you'll see whether you're doing it correctly. If you're going that way, which I doubt you would do, or you're moving this way or you're moving that way, you'll know whether you're doing it right or wrong, okay? But rather than hit lots and lots and lots of golf balls, just spend time, 5-10 minutes a day, working on that movement with the club. As I say, put the club across your shoulders here and just rotate, so the club now is sort of roughly in that position. But for that to happen, she's got to go behind your head, she has to go behind you, and then that's got to move, and things have to bend and move, you see, yeah? This is why I say when people get told, oh, don't bend your arm and keep your head down and stay still, it's just the worst thing, because you just go, can't move, and you go into like a statue, so nothing's going to move at all, and then other body parts will substitute the movement, which in your case causes elbow, Okay, makes sense?
No, that
Good
makes
stuff.
sense.